Live from the Bay Area's news station, this is KRON 4 News Weekend.
Very good Saturday morning to you. Welcome to 3 live hours of KRON 4 News Weekend. I'm Marty Gonzalez. Let's go ahead and say good morning to Jan Wall.
Well, thank you.
Good to see you.
7707 and all that.
Special day.
Yeah, I guess. Lucky day. We're going to talk about the Lamplighters, 50 years, presenting light opera. And we're going to talk about the HMS Pinafore they'll be doing. Yes.
Coming up next on KRON 4 News Weekend, we're going to look into one group that's illuminated the Bay Area with light opera for the last 50 years. Right, Jan?
That's right, Marty. In fact, you think of the cable cars, Beach Blanket Babylon, Fisherman's Wharf, another great Bay Area tradition. The Lamplighters will come on back. We'll celebrate Gilbert and Sullivan and the Lamplighters. So don't go away. And welcome back, everyone. Good morning. I'm Jan Wall. From Carousel to HMS Pinafore, the Lamplighters have been giving the Bay Area wonderful musical theater and light opera for 55 years. Joining us right now to talk about this year's wonderful production of HMS Pinafore is Barbara Heroux. And Barbara, you are the artistic director, and you started very young because you've been with the Lamplighters since, what, 30 years,
yeah,
right?
A little over 30 years now. So since I was, what, 2? Yeah.
Explain to people, what are the Lamplighters?
Lamplighters is a musical theater company. We specialize in Gilbert and Sullivan, the Victorian geniuses who wrote about 14 shows between 1875 and 1890, roughly. Right. HMS Pinafore was their first great big hit.
And
so
they had that I'm called Little Buttercup, sweet little buttercup.
That's the one.
So a lot of people know that song.
That's one of the big hits from HMS Pinafore, yeah. And the captain of the Pinafore, who hardly ever swears.
Right.
And the Sir Joseph Porter, who's the secretary of the Admiralty, who's never been on a ship.
Right. So it's a satire on people who go to sea and the Navy and all of this. It's really fun, aside from the music.
It's so much fun.
And you have some great hats at this year's
production. And we have great hats, yes.
Look at this. This is a hat of a bird, obviously. Very nice. And then this is actually would be good for a movie that I say is for the birds. You know.
Yeah, you can put that
in the Hitchcock movie, The Birds. I could use it for that. And then there's also this one. So these are this is a little Victoriana here, this one, and as well as this one, definitely a little Victoriana. So that's great. Those are going to be beautiful costumes.
Yeah, the costumes are lovely.
Yeah.
Really, really
so how
lovely.
many people in the Lamplighters?
In any given show, there's probably about 40 to 50 people, depending on the size of it. The Pinafore has about 42, I think, in the cast, and then our orchestra is another 21 people.
Wow. So it's a live orchestra.
Live
it's
orchestra.
A huge production.
Yeah, it's a big production. Costumes, sets, big old ship with ropes and sailing lines and sails and all that stuff.
Right.
And gorgeous costumes, wonderful singing, and it's funny. It's just fun.
It's a funny show,
yeah.
and it's an easy show to satirize. You can satirize the satire. The San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus satirized it at Davies Hall.
Yeah, I didn't go to that concert, but I heard about that.
I actually helped with it. It was a lot of fun.
I heard it was great fun.
Oh, it was. At any time you've got Gilbert and Sullivan. For people who don't know Gilbert and Sullivan, I would recommend the movie Topsy-Turvy.
Yeah,
wonderful
very good movie.
film, right?
Very good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the few times. Well, it was a British film, but it was really captured them.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Did they get along, Gilbert and Sullivan? Tell me about these two men.
They didn't hate each other, but they weren't the same type of people. They weren't good buddies. One of the really interesting things about them is they were hardly ever together. They did all of their work together through letters. So Sullivan would write something and send it off to Gilbert, and Gilbert would get it and he'd write something back. And
one wrote the lyrics, one wrote the melody?
Gilbert wrote the lyrics and the stories and the books, and Sullivan wrote all the music. And it started with Gilbert. Gilbert wrote the story and the lyrics and then sent it to Sullivan, and he set it to music. That's backwards. Most composer-lyricist teams work the other way around.
Right, right.
You get the music and then you put the words to it.
One was a wilder kind of character.
Sullivan was kind of a party boy. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's all in the movie Topsy-Turvy, folks.
And Gilbert was more of a Victorian buttoned-up gentleman.
And now their other shows include the Mikado.
Mikado, Pirates of Penzance.
Pirates of Penzance. I love that one. Yeah, but this is great. HMS Pinafore. So we'll tell people that it's playing all over the Bay Area, right?
Yes, we open in Walnut Creek at the Lesher Center for the Arts August 2nd.
Right.
And then we move to Napa Valley Opera House the next weekend, the weekend of August 11 and 12. Oh, yeah, that's wonderful. A lovely little place.
And then San Francisco,
and then we close at home at San Francisco's Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, August 17th through 19th.
All great venues. August 2nd to the 19th. Log on to www.lamplighters.org. Now, you've also presented, as you said, I said Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel. What are some of the other shows you've worked on?
Oh, we've done light operas like Merry Widow, Die Fledermaus, Sondheim. We've done a little night music. And we're going to be doing A Secret Garden next January, the musical that Marcia Norman and Lucy Simon wrote in the early 90s.
Terrific.
It's just a fabulous, beautiful show.
And that's for the whole family, because that's about a little girl in the secret garden that she discovers. That's a wonderful musical.
Most of our stuff is for the whole family. Gilbert and Sullivan's definitely kid-friendly.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring
What do
your
you
kids,
find with
bring
the
your grandparents.
audiences? Yeah, all different ages?
Yeah, all different ages. Yeah.
It's so important you hear the Lamplighters. I mean, it's such an integral part of Bay Area culture.
Thank you.
And,
we
you know,
think
with
so.
kids not knowing too much about culture these days, it's more important than ever, right?
Bring them out to the theater. Teach them something other than video games, please.
Give them the magic of live theater. Once again, let's show you how you could be part of the Lamplighters magic. It's HMS Pinafore on Call Little Buttercup. August 2nd to the 19th. You know, Marty sings that constantly. Walnut Creek, Napa, San Francisco are the locations. All you have to do is log on www.lamplighters.org. We thank you so much for bringing so much joy and magic and show business to the Bay Area.
Well, thank you, Jan. Nice to be here.
Thank you. And we'll see you at HMS Pinafore.
Okay.
Love it. And back to you,
See you on
Marty.
board.
Little butter. Oh, excuse me, Jan.